Shalom, I'm coming in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This lesson is going to be titled Hypocrisy or Hypocrites and Hypocrisy and Irony. Because oh man. You know, you deal with people who just want to be wicked. You have people that just want to be wicked, and then you have people who are they know they're wicked, but they're trying to change. You know, they're tried. Right? Willfully sinning and unwillfully sinning. And, you know, everything's spiritual because you're dealing with demons because demons cause them to do that because they jump in their flesh and they make them do those things. But, I mean, people in these vessels, right, they also have their own spirit too. Right? You have there's their spirit, then you have the flesh, and then they have the demon that jumps onto them. Right? So there's times you're trying to figure out whether that person is a 2/3, whether they're 1/3. I mean, you could do that, but the main thing is to focus on the demon that you're dealing with, because that's, you know, really at the end of the day, the angels really know who's a 2/3, who's a 1/3, who's going to be destroyed, who's not going to be destroyed. The main thing is you got to focus on that demon, right? Right. So I'm going to start off and the reason why I chose those words, actually, let's go and go into the definition. Actually, irony is not the word, Slakia. It's contradictory. Contradicting themselves. Contradict. Okay, so contradict, speak against, oppose, assert the contrary of opposite, to say, speak, neither words or assertions of, speak in contradiction is from, okay, be in contradiction with, deny the truth of, be resistant to, prove, negative, show to be false. Right? And you go into the contra, against, over, against, opposite. Yeah, so being opposite of their own words. Right? Speak against. Right? So speaking against their own words. Or speaking opposite of their own words. So we're going to go into the scripture. I'm not going to try and make this long. Romans 8:13. For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. Right? So if you're doing things after the flesh, after the body, carnal things, you're gonna die because that just leads to death. Because I mean, it will lead to you taking the vaccine and then the chip, which leads to death. Right? Because that's the end game here. Right? And it leads to death in other avenues too. You might get shot, you might get stabbed, you might drown, any other way, right? But on top of the big picture is the chip, right? It will lead to death. That's death. Because when Yahweh Shai and the angels come back, they know who to target. They know who's on the side of the beast, and they know who's on the side of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And the ones that go through the spirit and see spiritual things, understand what's going on, they're not going to take the vaccine or the chip, right? And it leads to life because they get a crown of life and they get saved when the chariots come. They get beamed up. Right? So people that are constantly contradicting themselves, constantly being hypocrites, are people that are going after the flesh. Right? Right? Because the flesh is carnal. The flesh only does what's convenient for it at the time. Like it only does the right thing out of convenience. It only wants to be morally just when it's convenient for it, right? To get what it wants, to do what it wants, right? Because it's weak, it's lazy. The flesh is weak and is lazy, right? The scripture goes, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Roughly paraphrasing, right? Because it's weak, so it's gonna do whatever it needs to do to get whatever it wants, in the easiest way manageable, right? If it has to do the right thing, right, to get what it wants, right, then it'll do it. But it'll only do the right thing to get what it wants. It's not like it'll do the right thing to get what it wants and also help someone else at the same time, right? And there's times to be skillful and do things, but like people that go after the flesh do this all the time, right? Because they're double-minded. You can't trust people like that. Proverbs 16:6. Oh, Slakia. Let's back it up. By mercy, Proverbs 16:6, by mercy and truth iniquity is purged, and by the fear of the Lord Yahweh men depart from evil, right? Yeah, so it's through the mercy of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that your iniquities are purged, right? And the fear through the Yahweh, that's like a gift. Because if you fear him, you will depart from evil. Because you will you're afraid of the Most High. You're like, oh, I can't do this because scriptures say this. I know the Most High is going to do something to me, so I'm not going to do this. Right. So whether it's like you doing the right thing, you'll be afraid of what's going to happen to you if you do the wrong thing. So you're going to do the right thing out of fear, just fear. So fear will stop you. Fear of the Most High, of Yahweh, will stop you from doing the wrong thing. But a lot of these people, I'm just going to talk about the Israelites. A lot of the two-thirds don't have that fear. They have the fear of Esau, the so-called white man, the Edomite. They have fear of him. They don't fear the Most High. But only when something goes bad in their life, then they start to fear the Most High. Oh, they start saying, "Oh God, please save me." I'm trying. I'm trying. Please help me. I'll do better. I promise. The Most High is like, what? Right? Because you're only being righteous when it's convenient for you. Only when you want something. Right? That's the only time they do that stuff. It's only when they want something. They'll be convenient. They'll be righteous. Be morally just. Only when they want something. Right? Personally, that stuff aggravates me. It vexes my spirit when I see that and I have to experience it. You're just wicked. Right? It's because it's wrong. It's wrong. You're supposed to do it all the time. You are children of the Most High, right? And you only want to be righteous when it's convenient for you. It's unbelievable. 1 John 2, verse 4. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. So, the ones that say they know the Most High, I believe in the Most High, I go to church, I read the scriptures, right? But they don't follow his commandments, they're lying. It's just that simple. They're just liars. They are a liar. They only, and it's funny, they know some scriptures, they only bring it out when it's convenient for them, right? But the truth is not in them. That's what it says right here. The truth is not in them. They don't have the truth. They are 2/3. Right? But whoso keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of Yahweh perfected. Hereby know we that we are in him. So you know the ones that keep their word, they follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. You know, the love of Yahweh is perfected. They love the Most High. They love him. It's not even fear anymore. They love him. So they love him. They're gonna do whatever he tells them to do, no matter how hard it is, no matter how inconvenient it is. You know, no matter how much they don't want to do it, no matter how weak their flesh is, they're gonna do it because they love him. That's what it's about. That's true devotion, right? So when you see people that claim they believe in the Most High, claim they read the scriptures, you know, and those hypocrites will, you know, try to basically be snakish, because I'll bring another scripture. They try to be snakish and pull a fast one on you, right? You know, being righteous when it's convenient for them, you know, it aggravates you. It's just like, yo, you're wicked. You're just wicked. You think I can't see what you're doing? Right? Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. Yeah, and these people, that's what these people do. They contradict themselves all the time. They're hypocrites. Right? They call evil good and good evil. That put darkness for light and light for darkness. That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Right? Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Right? Like, man, it just makes sense why the 2/3 have to go. It just makes total sense. Because you have to think about also is like, why does this person have this demon on them? Why do they have that demon on them? You might have rebuked them multiple times, but the demon's not going anywhere. So maybe it's just the demon's just there to test you. That's all it is, right? Keep it simple. You're not there to help this person, right? The demon's just there to test you, right? This is just another challenge. You test this demon, you get better in the spirit, you grow in the spirit, and then you move on to the next demon. Right? And then that person's lies that they're going to be destroyed. That's just how simple it is. Right? But it should aggravate you when you see that stuff. Like, you know, because you're of the Most High. You love the Most High. You're following his law, statutes, and commandments. Yeah, that stuff is going to piss you off when you see that. They're calling evil for good and good for evil. That's wicked. That's just wicked. But nonetheless, you're going to see it and you're going to experience it. All the time, even with your woman. Right? Because another thing is that people will do, they won't... actually, you know what? Let me just grab that. Okay, perfect. Proverbs 30:20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. Right? The women do this all the time. But when a man is doing this, oh man, that's bad. That's very bad. That's very, very bad. Because women do this stuff all the time. You call them out on something they're doing. They say, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. Oh, don't judge me. You don't have the right to judge me. Which in the scriptures it says to judge and to try other spirits. It says there, all over in the scriptures. Right? But you expect this from a woman to do this. But when a man's doing this, right? That's when it's like, oh man, wow. Wow. Right? But like I said, these are people that say they call evil good and good evil. You know, call darkness light and light darkness. So you just got to be careful. Remember, it's a demon. Just deal with the demon and keep it moving. Right? The Most High will take care of the person, of their spirit and what their lot is. It's not your what's we're looking for? Job to dictate what's going to happen to them specifically. Like, you know, because at the end of the day, like, some people, you never know. The Most High will wake up some other person, boom. They come to the truth and they realize, you know, the Most High, and they start saying his name, everything like that. You don't really know at the end of the day. All you can do is deal with the demon. But you still need to be aware of these people. Right? That's the point. You still need to be aware of them. Right? That's why the apostles even say about Nate and the other camps, they're what they're doing is wicked. You know? They're telling the people to take the vaccine, to take the chip, the chip, all this madness. But the apostles are still saying, "Oh, hey, you need to come out of that spirit. You need to stop doing that." They're still telling them, which means it's just like they all have to do is deal with that demon. Just cut up that demon. That's it. The person, all you can do is rebuke them. You tell them like, "Yo, you have to stop doing that. You got to come to that spirit, right?" Because the Most High is the one that does that. He's the one that dictates what happens to that person. But all you can do is deal with that demon when it comes at you. You got to confront that demon and deal with it. That's all you can do. You don't. That's the only thing you have. If you want to talk about control, that's the only thing you can control when it comes to that. Proverbs 26:4. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him. Right. So if a demon jumps on somebody, whether they're a 2/3, whatever, or 1/3, or your woman, whoever it is, and you start acting foolish, don't act foolish with them. So if they're getting emotional, don't be emotional with them. You be calm. You be stable, right? You shouldn't be emotional anyways. You be calm. Let them be all angry and whatever, right? Because they're being foolish, right? And as soon as you do that, then you act like you're a fool just like them, because now you're being emotional. For what reason? Like, you're like, why are you yelling now? You know what I mean? It's not wise. Only a fool does that. Right? And a fool is someone that doesn't have control over themselves. Right? There's just foolish things. Let's go into the word fool. Silly. Oh, let's click out silly, stupid, or ignorant person. Madman, insane person, idiot, rogue jester. Wow. I did not know this. Yeah. Oh, so like, you see, like, you have to be the calm one. If they want to be foolish, let them be foolish. Hey, you cut up that demon and you keep it moving. Or rebuke that demon and you keep it moving. There's just demons that jumping on people's bodies, right? Because you're in the flesh. These are chains of darkness. These bodies that we're in, these decrepit bodies, are not spiritual, celestial bodies that we have. They're darkness, right? They make you go off. They make you do the wrong thing because they're emotional. They want to do this, or they feel this because they're weak. So they want to do something that's more convenient for them. So they do the wicked thing to get what they want, right? Because their bodies are weak, right? The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. 13:8, Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein, right? And the 2/3 of Israel, the Most High is going to destroy them. He's going to destroy them. They need to be cut off because they're just, you know, when you have a cancer, in your body, you have to cut it off before it spreads. It's like that. You got to cut it off and burn it. Get rid of it. It has no place in the body, right? And the body can repair itself and grow all over again. Here's what's going to happen, because the 2/3 are going to come back through the 1/3, right? It's just spirits. Their spirit will never die because it's energy. Their flesh will die. That will cease to exist, right? They'll go back to the spiritual realm, get right, and they'll come back in the right bodies, so they won't go off, right? Because the elect are the only ones that have that strong spirit to fight the flesh. That's the difference, you know, through the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? But they were there in the beginning, so their spiritual power or spiritual energy or spiritual will is a lot stronger than the average person, average Israelite, which is why they're able to fight their flesh, right? Which is why they're fighting it. I'm not saying they have control over it, but they're fighting the flesh. They're constantly fighting. It's a constant battle every single day, every single second of the day. It's a constant battle. They're the only ones that can do that, right? Only the elect can do that to the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, right? That's why they're his elect. It's just like in an army where you have like the top assassins or the elite. They're the elite for a reason. They can do things the average Joe can't do. They're the specimens, right? So don't get upset when people can't fight their flesh and everything like that, and they just succumb to their flesh. They can't do it because they're not in the truth, right? They're not one of the elect, the hopeful elect, I should be saying, right? That's why you have like athletes, professional athletes, and you have average Joes. Professional athletes can just do more things, way better things than average Joe can do. That's all it is. Right? All you can do is to deal with that demon when it comes out and attacks you. You gotta confront it and deal with it, keep it moving. That's it. The last one. Actually, I think that's it. I made my point. I don't need to keep going. So I really hope this lesson was edifying. Just want to make a point. You can't get caught up in the whole I have to save this person, I have to save this person, I have to save this person. What you need to do is save yourself. I should have one more scripture because it's funny. That's a spirit. Chronicle 7. No, that's not the one. Bear with me. James. Nope. I'm trying to remember where it is. Slakia. Fear. There we go. Thawadi, help us, Shemi Shai. Okay, Philippians 2:12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So the elect are only ones that are working out their salvation with fear and trembling, because they understand that they understand that they're in the fourth quarter. They understand that everything's on the line, right? They fear the Most High. They love the Most High. They love Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, right? They're following the law, statute, commandments to the best of their ability. They're not being double-minded, right? And if that does happen, it really doesn't happen, actually. Because if they did get in that state, because they're still in the flesh, they're still fighting the flesh, but they're able to bounce themselves back out because it is a battle. It's a constant tug and war. They're the only ones fighting like that. Everyone else is not doing that. That's just the reality. They're not. They're just not, and they're not going to. Right? Only in the kingdom, when they get their bodies back, they're not going to go off. But right now, that's just who they are. Right? Your job is just to deal with those demons. That's it. Follow the law, statute, commandments to the best of your ability, and deal with those demons when they come out. Because they will come out, because Most High is going to test you. He's not going to stop testing you until we're in the chariots. Test never stops until we're in the chariots. So, with that being said, I hope this lesson was edifying. I'd like to close out by saying Ka Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakha Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Death and destruction to his wicked kingdom and the two-thirds as well. Kwam Yasharala, Abad Babal, Shalom.